You push yourself up from a chair, and your legs feel shaky. Climbing a simple flight of stairs leaves your thighs burning. You tell yourself it is just age or not enough exercise. But what if the real problem is sitting on your plate every single day? Most people are told that as they get older, they simply need to eat more protein. So you add chicken, yogurt, maybe even a protein shake, and hope it will protect your muscles. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Some of the proteins most heavily marketed as healthy for older adults can quietly inflame your muscles, block absorption of key nutrients, and slowly drain your strength. Today you are going to discover which proteins are secretly weakening your legs and what to eat instead to rebuild real, lasting strength. Before we talk about specific foods, you need to understand what is happening inside your muscles as you age. After midlife, your body does not respond to protein the way it did in your 30s. Your stomach produces less acid, your gut absorbs amino acids less efficiently, and your muscles develop what experts call anabolic resistance. In simple language, that means your muscles need a much clearer, stronger signal to start rebuilding. In younger years, a small amount of any protein could trigger growth. Later in life, your muscles become picky. They respond best to clean, high-quality protein eaten in the right amount, at the right time, with the right support nutrients. Now add one more layer. Many common protein foods are processed with chemicals, additives, excess salt, cheap oils, or extraction methods that damage the protein structure itself. Instead of calming inflammation, they add fuel to the fire. Instead of helping your body repair tissue after a walk or light workout, they increase the inflammation that breaks muscle down. That is why so many older adults feel confused. They do exactly what they have been told. They drink a shake, choose low-fat yogurt, swap red meat for chicken, buy a plant-based burger, and yet their legs still get weaker. The problem is not that they are eating protein. The problem is that they are eating the wrong kind. Once you see how each of these 5 protein traps works against your body, you will never look at your sandwich, yogurt cup, or shake the same way again. And more importantly, you will know what to put on your plate instead, so every bite you take builds strength instead of stealing it. Let us start with the most familiar trap, the easy deli meats and processed slices that seem perfect for a quick lunch. Turkey slices, ham, bologna, salami, even many so-called lean cold cuts. They look harmless. The package says lean, high protein, ready to eat, but your muscles see something very different. These products are usually cured with nitrates and nitrites, loaded with salt, and often mixed with fillers and starches. Those preservatives keep the meat looking pink and fresh, but inside your body they generate compounds that stress your cells and irritate your blood vessels. Chronic, low-level inflammation from these additives makes it harder for muscle fibers to repair after everyday use. The heavy sodium load is another hidden problem. Too much salt contributes to water retention, higher blood pressure, and strain on your circulation. When blood vessels are irritated and stiff, less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach your working muscles, especially in your legs. The result over time is slower recovery, more soreness, and gradual loss of strength. There is also a simple but important detail. Thin slices of processed meat are easy to overeat while still underfeeding. You get a lot of salt and preservatives, but not as much real, satisfying nutrition as a piece of freshly cooked chicken or fish. You finish the meal technically having eaten protein, yet your body is still starving for real building blocks. Replacing deli meats with home-cooked options is one of the fastest ways to lower inflammation in your muscles. A batch of roasted chicken thighs, turkey breast, or lean beef cooked at home, cooled and sliced, gives you the same convenience with none of the chemical burden. It is a small shift that can make every sandwich or salad a true muscle-building meal instead of a silent attack on your legs. For years, you have probably heard that low-fat milk and fat-free yogurt are the healthier choice. The labels look impressive. High protein, no fat, light, heart-friendly. But your muscles and bones do not care about marketing. They care about what actually reaches your cells. And that is where low-fat dairy often fails you. When manufacturers remove fat from milk and yogurt, they also remove important fat-soluble vitamins that ride along with that fat. Vitamins like D and K are essential for strong bones, muscle function, and proper use of calcium. Without them, calcium can be poorly absorbed by muscle and bone, and more likely to cause problems in blood vessels. To make low-fat products taste good again, companies often add sugar, gums, artificial flavors, and sweeteners. So, you end up with a cup of yogurt that technically contains protein, but also delivers a sharp sugar spike that pushes your body towards storing fat and promoting inflammation. That is the opposite of what older muscles need. Whole fat, minimally processed dairy can actually be a powerful ally. The natural fat helps slow digestion, so amino acids are released steadily into your system. It helps you feel full, which makes it easier to avoid constant snacking on sugary foods. And it carries those fat-soluble vitamins that work quietly in the background to keep muscles firing properly. If your digestion allows dairy, imagine trading flavored, fat-free yogurt cups for a small bowl of plain, full-fat Greek yogurt with a handful of berries and nuts. Same protein, less sugar, more healthy fat, more satisfaction. Over time, those small swaps feed your muscles instead of forcing them to fight against a flood of sugar and additives. Chicken has been crowned the safe, lean protein for decades. Grilled chicken breast shows up in almost every diet plan. But there is a big difference between a bird raised on pasture and a bird raised in a crowded industrial shed. And your muscles can feel that difference, even if you cannot see it. Conventional chicken is typically fed a heavy diet of corn and soy, often from genetically modified crops, and may be given routine antibiotics. This combination drastically changes the fat profile in the meat. Instead of having a balanced ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fats, the meat from these birds is dominated by omega-6. Your body needs both types of fat, but when omega-6 greatly outnumbers omega-3, your system tends to slide toward inflammation. That inflammation does not just affect your joints or your heart. It also affects the tiny structures inside your muscle fibers that are responsible for repair and strength. Over time, meals built around this kind of meat can contribute to a constant background ache, stiffness, and slower recovery. Another issue is texture and satisfaction. Many very lean chicken products are so dry and flavorless that you end up relying on sugary sauces or processed coatings to make them pleasant to eat. That means more sugar, more starch, and more additives with every bite. Pasture-raised or organic chicken, while more expensive, often has a better fat profile, richer flavor, and more satisfying texture. That means you can eat a moderate portion, enjoy it, and give your muscles high-quality protein together with healthier fats that calm inflammation rather than feed it. Your legs do not just care about grams of protein on a label. They care about the entire package that protein comes in. When chewing feels exhausting or appetite is low, a protein shake seems like the perfect shortcut. One scoop, some water or milk, and you have a drink that claims to build or preserve muscle. The problem is what hides behind the pretty label and the smooth taste. Many commercial powders are ultra-processed. They are stripped down to isolated protein, then rebuilt with artificial flavors, sugar or sweeteners, thickeners, and sometimes cheap oils. That makes them mix easily and taste like dessert, but your digestive system has to work through a long list of chemicals to reach the amino acids you actually need. Artificial sweeteners may be especially problematic. Research suggests that they can disturb the balance of bacteria in your gut. Those bacteria play a vital role in breaking down food, absorbing amino acids, and even sending signals that influence muscle metabolism. When the gut is irritated, you may feel bloated, gassy, or simply tired. And your muscles may receive far less benefit from the protein you drink. There is also the illusion of security. Because a scoop says 20 or 30 grams of protein, it feels like you have done your job for the day. But if that drink replaces a real meal of eggs, fish, beans, or meat with vegetables and healthy fats, your body misses out on vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds that work alongside protein to preserve strength. There are cleaner powders made from grass-fed whey or collagen with short ingredient lists and no artificial sweeteners. These can be helpful tools, especially when appetite is low. But they should be helpers, not the foundation. Your muscles were designed to be fed by real food, chewed and digested at a natural pace, supported by all the extra nutrients that come with it. For seniors trying to cut back on red meat or follow plant-based trends, processed soy products and fake meats can look like the perfect solution. Burgers made from plants, soy crumbles, meat-free sausages, bars fortified with soy protein. The packaging talks about heart health and sustainability, but your muscles see something else entirely. Most of these products rely on soy protein isolate, a form of soy that has been heavily stripped and extracted. In the process, the natural structure of the protein is altered, and many of the helpful compounds found in traditional soy foods are lost. What remains is a dense, highly concentrated protein that can be difficult for some digestive systems to handle. Soy also naturally contains compounds that act like weak hormones in the body. In small amounts from traditional foods like tempeh or miso, this is usually not an issue. But when you consume large doses from shakes, bars, and meat substitutes every day, those compounds can begin to nudge hormone balance in ways that are not friendly to muscle maintenance. There is another layer. Soy contains substances that can bind minerals such as zinc, iron, and magnesium. Those minerals are vital for muscle contraction, repair, and energy production. When they are constantly tied up, your muscles may feel weak, heavy, or slow to recover, even if you think you are getting enough protein. If you prefer to eat less animal protein, there are better plant-based paths. Whole lentils, beans, chickpeas, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and properly prepared traditional soy like tempeh deliver protein together with fiber, minerals, and gentle, natural compounds. They do not pretend to be meat. They simply nourish your body in a way your muscles recognize and appreciate. Now that you have seen how the wrong proteins can silently weaken your muscles, you have a choice. You can keep trusting the front of the package, or you can start listening to what your legs, your joints, and your energy have been trying to tell you. You do not have to change everything overnight. Start with one simple shift this week. Swap deli meats for home-cooked chicken or fish. Trade low-fat yogurt for a small bowl of plain full-fat Greek yogurt. Replace one processed shake with real food protein, like eggs or lentils. Each change is a quiet vote for stronger muscles and more independence. If this message resonated with you, share it with a friend whose legs have been feeling weaker lately. And if you want more science-based guidance on how to protect your strength, mobility, and confidence at any age, make sure you follow along for the next lesson. Your muscles are ready to respond. All they need is the right fuel.